Matthew 24:6. For many shall come in my name, saying, I am Hamashiach, and shall deceive many. And ye shall hear of wars and rumors of wars. See that ye be troubled, ye be not troubled, for all these things must come to pass, but the end is not yet. All right, first and foremost, giving all praises, glory, and honor to the Heavenly Father and His Son, Yahawah, Bahasham, Yahawashi, Bahasham, Kaha, Kadash. Double honors to the apostles, elders, and bishops of the great millstone, and Shalawam to the Lord, to for elect. It's your brother Yerami Kazak back with hopefully another edifying lesson through the spirit, power, and strength of Yahawah, Bahasham, Yahawashi, Bahasham, Kadash. As you can see, on a public stage, what's going on? U.S. evacuates troops from Middle East bases as Trump weighs Iran strikes. And in other news, what did he say? At least 2,571 killed in Iran's protest. Trump says help is on the way. What does that mean? All right? As it said in the other post, strikes are imminent any day now. Even while I'm doing this lesson. Okay? They could be striking right now. All right? What you're seeing is a country being deemed as the big bad guy, right? Matter of fact, let's pull this up because I found this earlier today, which was an extreme lie, and that's what Esau is known for doing. Right here. All right, this is CBS News. CBS, supposed to be a trusted source, right? Over 12,000 feared dead after Iran protest as video shows body lined up at morgue. Ain't no 12,000 died over there, man. All right. Information trickling out of Iran on Tuesday suggests that a crackdown by authorities to end more than 2 weeks of widespread anti-government protest has likely been far more deadly than activists outside the country have reported, with phone lines, look at how they jump right here, with phone lines opening back up for calls from inside the Islamic Republic. Two sources, including one inside Iran, told CBS News on Tuesday that at least 12,000 and possibly as many as 20,000 people have been killed. All right? So with that, they're justifying them going in to strike the same way that they went into Venezuela to take down the government, to take down the leader, So this is what we're seeing, these rumors of wars and wars. It will be wars. It will be these type of things leading up to WW3. Now, does this mean nukes is on the way? No, it does not mean that. All right? Eventually, yeah, but what do we need first? That MOTB, that micro C-hip, man. So this is why we have understanding, we got faith, we understand it's got to be done in order, okay? It ain't just be willy-nilly, nukes come first, and then, no, MOTB, nah, all right? Things have to be done in order, okay? And that's how it's properly going to be set up. Let's get a little bit out of this article and hear some precepts. The U.S. started evacuating some troops from Al Udeid Air Base in Qatar and several other bases in the region ahead of a potential military conflict with Iran over the protests in the country. Two sources with knowledge tell Axios why it matters. President Trump is weighing the possibility of launching strikes against Iran in response to the mass killing of protesters. Iran has threatened to retaliate by attacking U.S. forces in the region. Now, why would you get your people up out of there? Because Iran is going to, as it says, retaliate. So you want to get your equipment, you want to get your people, your personnel away from the target area where Iran will strike. And Iran has stated if they are hit, if they are hit in any type of way, they will attack. They're going to attack first and foremost U.S. military bases in the area, which you have a couple military bases in the area. Let's actually look that up. How many U.S. bases in Middle East, so-called Middle East? The U.S. maintains a significant military footprint in the Middle East, operating a network of facilities across at least 19 locations, with about 8 considered permanent bases in countries like Kuwait, Qatar, UAE, Bahrain, Iraq, Jordan, Egypt, and Saudi Arabia, housing tens of thousands of troops for regional stability and operations. This nation, the Edomites in general, they rule by the sword. So they have a lot of bases set up around the planet, more than 850 bases set up around the planet where they can strike you with that sword, which they rule by. So when they are about to strike you, it would be logical for them to evacuate and get their people up out of those bases, so they'll lose least amount of people as possible due to any retaliatory strikes. Right? Now, let's look up something else, because the brothers put it up. What did this dude? He flew. Yeah, I think he flew to Athens. All right. Yes, Benjamin, not a Jew, official aircraft, the Wing of Zion. I didn't even know it was named that. This dude was a clown. Flew to Athens, Greece. And nah, that ain't it. All right, let me see if I can get latest news. Right here. This is it. Fresh buzz as Netanyahu Jew's plane lands in Greece. Athens, Greece. Last time it happened. Come on, man. Get up out of here. Come on. Yo. Stupid website. All right, the water. Last time it happened, U.S. and Israel struck Iran. Okay? So, history going to repeat itself. Why would he leave? Because retaliatory strikes. This is why he would take a hike to get away. He's in the know. Trump said help is on the way. So they're both in the know. This is the United States of Israel, man. If y'all didn't know, right? So they're both in the know on what's about to take place. Buzz is building around the movement of Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu official aircraft after aviation watchers and other open source intelligence accounts reported that the plane flew out of Israel and briefly landed in Greece. And he's going to be there until after the strikes are done. Let's go back. This is 1 Thessalonians 5:3. For when they shall say peace and safety, then sudden destruction cometh upon them, as travail upon a woman with child, and they shall not escape. They're what? They're a serpent, man. They're laying back, talking this and that, and then they're going to strike. All right? They can talk about, maybe they're going to talk peace or something. No, they're not. It ain't even on the table. All right? Everybody on this planet right now can see that America, along with Israel, all right, and America being the military power, okay, but they're funded, they're controlled by the Amalekites, the head tribe of the Edomites, which is those people in the land now, so they have a say-so. Everybody can see that the U.S. is about to strike. It's not hard, So when things like this happen, peace and safety, because a couple months ago, didn't they say they had peace with on the Gaza Strip? Wasn't that stated? Actually, I want to keep that article up. Let me see. Peace in Gaza. When was that? Look at this. U.S. launches phase 2 of Gaza peace plan with new technocratic government. Let me read a little bit of this. And this was today, the 14th of January. U.S. envoy Steve Witkoff has announced the start of phase 2 of President Donald Trump's plan to end the war in Gaza, with a technocratic Palestinian government establishing a puppet government. That's all it is. All right. On the phase 1, Hamas and Israel agreed a ceasefire in October. Yeah, they agreed, but the couple days after that, they attacked them. Okay? So what are y'all talking about? This ain't real. As well as a hostage prisoner exchange, a partial Israeli withdrawal, and an aid surge. But Just to prove the point. Let me see. Give me some news. Right here. At least 3 Palestinians killed in overnight Israeli attacks on Gaza. And what's the date on this? January 9th. So you got a ceasefire that ain't no ceasefire. And I could go back further to October and show you that right after the deal was signed, it was an attack made. So they talk peace and safety. They make these treaties. Every treaty the YT man has ever made, he broke. Every single treaty, man. All right? Right now, you got DJT trying to take Greenland. And Greenland, it belongs to Denmark. And last time I checked, isn't Denmark a part of the EU? Right? Denmark is a full member of the European Union, having joined in 1973, but maintains unique opt-outs, notably refusing the euro and retaining control over some areas, whatever. They're part of the EU, and you're about to attack your partner, man. This is a kingdom divided. This is what Yahawashi was talking about. Matthew, we can get to Mark 3:24. And if a kingdom be divided against itself, that kingdom cannot stand. And if a house be divided against itself, that house cannot stand. And if Satan rise up against himself, which is what's going on, and be divided, he cannot stand, but have an end. No man can enter into a strong man's house and spoil his goods, except he will first bind the strong man, and then he will spoil his house. So just going back to the original point of rumors of wars and wars, where you have, in another article, I believe it was some country, maybe it was France. France troops in Greenland. Right here. France to send troops for European security mission to Greenland amid Trump's threats. But isn't France a part of the NATO and EU? So wait a minute. Okay. What's going on, man? France and Germany announced Wednesday they will deploy troops to Greenland as part of a European security mission, following renewed threats by U.S. President Donald Trump to take control of the Arctic island. The move, made at Denmark's request, comes after high-level talks in Washington involving U.S., Danish, and Greenlandic officials. Because this man is going to take that country, which belongs to Denmark. But he doesn't care. So this is a kingdom divided against itself. He said, oh yeah, this is yours. All right, let me get that real quick. So the other members are going to try to what? Rise up to fight him. Bringing in turn the known phrase of they shall hate the whore. This is Revelation 17:16. And the 10 horns which thou sawest upon the beast, these shall hate the whore, and shall make her desolate and naked, and shall eat her flesh and burn her with fire. So as a watchman, you should be watching both fronts. More than that, because there's so much more going on. But the main key things that's about to take place right now is a strike on Iran and a conflict in Greenland, with this kingdom being divided. Now, both of these scenarios could definitely lead to more. Of course, tension is going to rise. Tension is that you could cut it with a butter knife right now, but it's going to lead to probably more open conflict, more WW3 escalating, because we in it. We in the beginning stages. You got the economic war. You got, sides are being picked. All right, U.S. put some fear in the world with what they did in Venezuela. So you got other nations rethinking their options. Hey, maybe I should align with them. Can Russia do what they just did in Venezuela? Can Russia do this? Can Russia do that? Can China do this? Can China do that? So you got a lot of warfare that's going to be displayed, secret weapons that's going to be brought to life that, you never knew that these individuals had. So, hey, These wars and these rumors of wars, as Yahawashi spoke about, are taking place. All right? And you know they are for this time period. Because, during Yahawashi's time, Rome was ruling. Rome didn't fall until really 476. It was minor. Yeah, you had civil wars and stuff like that, but it really didn't fall out of power until the 400 ADs. So that's a future prophecy our king was talking about. And we seeing it take place in real time. Right? So hey, keep your eyes open. As always, I'm going to give all praises, glory, and honor be to Yahawah, Bahasham, Yahawashi, Bahasham, Rakakadash. Double honors to the apostles, elders, and bishops of the great millstone, and Shalawam to the Lord, so for elect, Kwam Yasharahla, and Abad Babal. May Yahawah, Bahasham, Yahawashi destroy this bitch yesterday. Let's get up out of here, brothers and sisters. All right, Shalawam, Shalawam.